Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. Today, I'd like to talk a bit about Brian Christopher Koberger, the man that has been charged for these crimes. He's been convicted for 4 quadruples, for Maddie Morgan, may she rest in peace, Kaylee Gongalves, may she rest in peace, Ethan Chapin, may rest in peace, and Xana. We have so many questions and hardly any answers. I hardly speak about Brian because I'm too focused on the other people that I believe were involved. But I've always had it in my thoughts that Brian could have been framed with the knife sheet. We know that Brian Koberger had addiction problems, allegedly. I showed y'all proof of Bethany Funk's Venmos that she was actually selling drugs on her Venmos from 21 to 22. Right up to 22 April, she was taking money for rugs. People were asking her for cocaine, the white stuff. Rugs could have been a part of what happened. It could have been partly a motive. The reason that I believe is when you look at the spare room, it is kind of strange that DM says that she doesn't know who has the keys of the spare room. Are these people just renting rooms from the landlord without the landlord explaining to them what the extra room is for? She could have easily told the officer, contact the landlord, he has the extra key, but that's not what she said. We know for a fact that Ashlyn Couch, Maddie's friend, rented that room. The whole contract of the house was on Ashlyn Couch. I find that to be interesting. So was it Ashlyn Couch that was renting out the rooms is my question. She wasn't there that night. She said she heard it from the vandal alert. We know for a fact, not for a fact actually, but we've seen rumors, speculations, and people who know Ashlyn Couch have said that Ashlyn Couch is good friends with Emma Bailey. She herself said that Demetrius couldn't have committed the OD for Kaden Young, the 19-year-old boy who was OD'd on the 10th of March 2023, 5 months after the quadruples. He was a journalist student, and I really believe he was going to tell on who did the quadruples and possibly who unalived Hannah Cleve and Hudson Lindo. I really believe that Kaden Young was silenced. He is from the Alpha Kappa Lambda, and what was strange was he was the president of Alpha Kappa Lambda Boys. Later on, Nick Scott Green, his son, the president's son, became the president of Alpha Kappa Lambda. That's the Banfield Boys and Saeed. Guys, I really apologize for the background. It's a lovely day. The children playing outside. Just came from work, so I thought of making a small clip outside. Trying to enjoy the rest of the summer weather. Or actually, it's close to autumn. It's a beautiful day. So I apologize for the background noise. But I really think that Kaden Young is an important piece of this puzzle. Kaden Young was going to tell on them, I believe. Kaden Young must have found out that Emma Bailey and Demetrius were involved in the unalivings. I believe they OD'd him, because I don't believe, looking and researching this young man, Kaden Young, he doesn't look like he uses fentanyl or he uses any kind of drugs. I think they unalived him on purpose so that he wouldn't talk. The spare room is really interesting. Who had the keys? Was Ashlyn Couch renting it out to someone? I still find it strange that Hunter said he doesn't know Kaylee. Jack Showalter says that he doesn't know Kaylee. So is it just Jack D that knows Kaylee? Is my question. Kaylee was already having beef with the sororities, and she broke up with Jack D. So I believe Kaylee had plenty of enemies. Even her sorority sister Eva wasn't saying much good about Kaylee. She was saying that Xana is a truth, what was it? Sorry for the word, but yeah. She was trying to say that Xana was much closer to her than Kaylee. I wonder why. Was Kaylee difficult? Or was Kaylee just keeping her distance? Molly Gray and what's her name? Liz Katovich, both of them are good friends and they go to the same sorority as Kaylee. They both paid Venmos to Jack Katovich, who was running the show from Sigma Chi. So I want to know, how did BK get himself involved in this mess? The only way I can see it is there's either two ways, and I'm just speculating here. BK could have been called by one of the surviving roommates, and they set him up. They made him maybe touch the K-bar knife. Said, look how beautiful it is, hold it. And when he touched it and tried to open the button, obviously touch DNA will go on that. So either they did that, or either, I hate to say this, but BK could have been involved and followed his own research that he did for ex-cons. He was searching for participants. So I wonder if he gave them ideas, or if he was part of the cleanup crew. There is something not right with BK, honestly, because BK couldn't have just been at a wrong place at a wrong time. If BK was around that areas, there had to be a reason. His alibi never made sense. But yet again, I don't see much on BK. I'm being honest. In fact, if you look at the picture that they showed us of BK with the thumbs up, that is supposed to be right after the unalivings. Look at his hands. His hand looks fine. Now please compare BK's hand to Jack D and DM's fingers. You will see that they look more guilty. I still personally believe that BK is being accused of crimes he didn't do. He could have been involved somehow or the other, but I don't think he had any motive. He didn't have any reason to be unaliving 4 people. I think this quadruples was really personal. It came, I personally believe, from the college students themselves, whether the fraternities, whether the sororities, no matter what they are. I believe they all ganged up on the students that day. It does look like somebody was chilling in the living room. I believe it was Xana and Ethan, and they got attacked. Because if you go back and listen to what Maisie says, that is, Hunter is triplet. She said, he called me, he said, dog, come here, come and party with us. We all miss you. Who is we all? Is it all the people who are using the red cups, chilling in the living room? Did things kick off? because I heard that Emily and Xana had a fight. They fell out a couple of days before the quadruples. I find it strange, I think they fell out because Ethan and Xana were chilling by themselves. Hunter and Emily did not go to the Sigma Chi fraternity party. Hunter said he did not go. I don't think Emily went. So Ethan and Xana were set up by the Sigma Chi fraternity boys. And they were the ones, let's not forget, taking the Venmos. People were paying $6 to see this event. What event? The pictures. Let's go back and think. Bethany Funk took photos for 1 minute. Remember that. 1 minute she took photos. In 60 seconds, 1 minute, you can actually take a lot of photos. I'm sure people like Kim Kardashian can tell us that. You can take hundreds of pictures. She must have taken the pictures of all the unalived victims and she must have sent it, forwarded to someone. I think it's Jack Katovich and David Berry, since they were running the show, if you remember. They were taking the Venmo payments. So I think BF took photos, distributed it around, and I really believe that there was cameras. This house was bugged from day one. And I really believe this was an inside job. I've always said that somebody in the inside was working with these people. Let me know what you'll think, but you can see the state of the living room. So I think somebody came and charged in and attacked them. It's strange that nobody mentions nobody mentions Xana and Ethan. When did they come home? How come nobody has a right timeline of Xana and Ethan? Was Ethan, his legs carved? Was it carved? I wonder. We could clearly see the officers, especially Gunderson, the way they were kind of coughing. I'm sure the odor, the smell was really strong for them. Is DM trying to tell us and BF that they stayed with that strong odor for many hours without even realizing that 4 of their roommates were unalived? That is difficult for me to believe. She said she heard a man saying, "I'm here to help you." She heard Kaylee saying, "Somebody's here." And she still decided to run to BF's room. And while she was running to BF's room, she saw Xana lying on the floor. What more does DM need before to call 911? She saw Xana on the floor twice. She texted and called all her friends. They weren't answering. Just seeing Xana on the floor, unconscious or not, is alert. That is enough to call the cops. So it doesn't make sense. I wonder if the surviving roommates were involved, and Jack D and Hunter and all of them. Nothing looks right on the body cam. Nothing looks right. Look at Emily's thighs, behind her thighs. You will see bruises. Hunter has bruises too, but especially Emily, it's easy to see right where her short pant ends. I wonder if she had a fight, a struggle with Xana. Xana fought for life, let's not forget. She was poked 52 times. Could she have had a fight with girls? Today I want to look at the girls' version. What if it was girls who were unalived, these victims? It is possible. More than one girl. What if the sorority members started attacking Kaylee? And Jack D was involved, allegedly, in my opinion. That is possible. Let's not forget DM was bullied badly in Halloween. I think this was the consequences, the results. She came back and got them for it. That's why she invited Kaylee as a +1. There's no other way I can look at it. None of them are telling the truth. You can clearly see that they're lying. It's really heartbreaking. Heartbreaking what they did to these 4 people. They backdoored them. Let me know, guys, what you think. But I just find it strange that everyone knew about these crimes by 10 a.m. and nobody decided to call 911. The friends, even Jack Showalter said that he was in a group chat, a Snapchat group chat, and he found out about the unalivings. Everyone knew about it. You can see all the people on the grub truck. They look like they were hyenas searching for praise. Kaylee and Maddie were surrounded. You see that young man recording Kaylee from behind, and I showed you. I don't understand why these people were not investigated. And I believe the Banfield boys did actually come from 1122 King Road. The timelines have been changed now. So I think the Banfield boys were on Banfield an hour later. Or was it an hour before? An hour later, that would make sense. If these crimes happened at 4 and the Banfield boys are there, they could have been involved with Maddie and Kaylee. But I really believe Ethan and Xana were unalived earlier. When I used to speak about it on YouTube, everyone used to tell me that's impossible and all. But our channel has always discussed that idea. And we've always, I won't say always, but we have always believed that there was 2 separate timelines. We can clearly see Ethan and Xana were nowhere to be found that day. The sober driver was David B. We have Jack D lying, saying that he fell asleep at 1:30 when he was at the corner club at 1:39. Where was David B that night, and where was David Lodge? These people, I believe, did their crimes and ran abroad. It was said that David Lodge went to Scotland, not far from me. It was said that, I saw it on Facebook actually, Jake, Maddie's boyfriend, moved to Spain. They all moved to Europe. I don't think he has anything to do with it, but I just find it strange. Right after this quadruples, everyone spread around. And they had more motives. They definitely had more motives than BK. Remember that. BK doesn't have any crimes from before. BK could have done these crimes in Pennsylvania. He could have done it in Washington, Pullman. There are many pretty girls there too, I see. He doesn't know Kaylee, Maddie, you know. Unless somebody paid him to do this would be another thing. But I personally believe the only crime BK must have done is gone to buy rugs from them and they set him up. That's what I believe up to today. Unless he was involved somehow or the other. But what I'm trying to say is this wasn't one person's job. That's the reason I'm not giving up, because I can see the people who first came to the crime scene all look guilty to me. That's just my opinion. That's my speculations. But I really believe that they do look guilty. Whether it's their hands, their fingers, like Jack D and DM, and Emily's thighs. They all have bruises. Were they in a fight with Kaylee, with Ethan and Xana? Why is Hunter saying he doesn't know Kaylee? He came out with Kaylee when the police was talking to Kaylee on the warm summer day, and Kaylee's wearing the brown dress. Showalter says he doesn't know Kaylee. All of a sudden, none of them know Kaylee. I really find it strange that none of them know Kaylee. All of them are distancing themselves from Kaylee. I wonder why. It doesn't make any sense. Jack D did not look right. Why didn't the police take an interview of his professor and ask the professor what was the concerns? And the fact that the professor said that he was concerned for Jack D after the breakup with Kaylee is kind of serious. Could he have been stalking Kaylee? Could he have done this? Because his fingers don't look right to me. Let me know what you all think about this. What do you all think about BK? Could he have gone to the house to buy rugs? Was he set up? Was this a setup? Because I believe they're trying to protect the college's reputation, the college's money. Let's not forget 45% of Idaho's income, either Moscow or Moscow Idaho's income, comes from the university. So obviously, they have to protect that. They can't have their students involved. But these students were hazing, they were doing rituals, they were literally bullying people. They got away with Hudson Lindo and Hannah Clay, in my opinion only. Hannah Clay was bullied until she unalived herself, or until they unalived her, because her friend said her torso was bleeding. And it was said Hannah Clay's brothers were the corruptor. I really believe they were involved too. I don't believe it was one or two people who did this. I believe there were many people on the lookout, and there were many people who unalived these victims. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe.